this is a great contrast to what Carly Fiorina was doing. Um, Donald Trump was so upset with something someone said about him, and it was a reporter who'd been on a panel on a show and said that he was a clown. He was so upset he took to Twitter and just started pounding this guy. And it got even worse when he starts taking on Jonah Goldberg, who hadn't spoken about him in a long time and who hadn't mentioned him in a column for, something like 4 months or something. But all of Twitter got caught up in this, conservative Twitter. And it's beautiful because the sort of things that Trump was saying are exactly the opposite of what you want a candidate to look like. But it's so exactly what he is and why people don't take him seriously and why he's called a clown. He was challenging Jonah Goldberg over his work at NRO. Here's Jonah's quote of the piece that he had written about him. In response, the famously tough businessman who boasts he can take on Putin, the Chinese Politburo, and the mullahs got very upset. And as any first-rate presidential aspirant would, started tweeting relentlessly like a 14-year-old girl about it. I love it.
And that's classic Jonah humor, and it really does kind of fit my impression of Donald Trump too. And I don't watch any of Donald Trump's shows, so I only know what I've seen or heard from him on bits and pieces. And yeah, is he really gonna run? Do you think?
I for the entertainment value, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than that, shut up. Go back to playing on the television.
He's really so thin-skinned that somebody calls him a clown that he went and attacked Jonah. But didn't he? I didn't pay too much attention to the story, but didn't he confuse Jonah and Stephen Hayes?
Yes, he
who
did.
Are both
apparently
on Brett Bayer's show, but they are not the same person.
After Jonah said that about him tweeting like a 14-year-old girl, Trump says, "You stated that I started relentlessly tweeting like a 14-year-old girl. Horrible insult to women. Resign now or later. People have been forced to resign positions for far less." And he goes on and on and on about it. It's just so hilarious that people are like Team Jonah, all over the place. This is the guy who thinks he's qualified to run for president.
Well, that's just the calm, measured temperament that I'm looking for in the leader of the free world. Can you see him arguing with the mullahs of Iran?
So greatest blunders: never start a land war in Asia, never go up against a Sicilian when death is on the line, and don't mess with Jonah Goldberg on Twitter. It's not going to end well.
No. True. Stephen Miller, Red Steve. Donald Trump, you make Meghan McCain look like Ronald Reagan. I love it. It's just awesome. Here's Eric Brockaway. Paging Ivanka Trump. Please take the Twitter from Dad today.
Yeah. Donald Trump said something really offensive like a week ago. I don't even remember what it was, but that was when it was tweeted out and then it was deleted, and Trump kind of denied it by saying that he's got a staff of 10 that does all of his social media. So he sort of tried to absolve himself of responsibility for something that was, he said something about Hillary can't even please her own husband, and how is she going to make a good president or something? I mean, the comment was about Hillary being unable to please Bill, and that would mean that she would be a bad president. And then Donald absolved himself of responsibility for that by pawning it off on his social media staff. Do you think he's going to pawn this thing off on his social media staff? Do you think he's going to deny his own involvement in it?
No. I think he wants to own this. He He started a war. He wants to keep it going.
Is he so clueless that he doesn't know he lost immediately?
It's not about losing. It's not about winning. It's about he's a media circus. And please, I won't open the can of worms with what happened in Philadelphia and football teams and quarterbacks. But suffice it to say,
and not really insulting, not meaning to insult circuses, because they are an honorable form of entertainment.
Absolutely. I don't mean to insult anybody. But suffice it to say, Donald Trump is in this to create hype. I'm sure he's got something going on soon that's going to. He's not actually running for president. He's just running because he's bored and wants to generate more hype. It's a cultural thing. It's not a political thing. He's just riding the wave to increase his stature.
During a John Doe investigation, they can break into your house. They can search your home, ask you questions, interview your children, confiscate things. I think reporters might have had something similar done to them, but not under John Doe. Take all your stuff, and then you're not allowed to talk about it. They've placed a gag order on the case.